achieve success with global.media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with global.media.com. Let's celebrate it with or without champagne.
Yes, hello everybody. Welcome to another edition of our Positivity live stream. And it's always a privilege to be here every Friday to do this. Remember the vision is always spreading positivity to every corners of the earth, one person at a time, inspiring people, motivating people, encouraging people with our positive message. And today we are discussing something very, very important: the power of habit. This topic is coming in because it's the beginning of the year, and helping people to be aware, to be conscious, and to be able to master certain habits in their life. It's key to achieving their goals, their vision, and their aspiration for the year. So I want to say a very big welcome to everyone joining us. Right now, we are streaming to Facebook, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, and wherever you are joining us, I want you to go into the comment section, drop in a comment where you are joining us from. We want to shout you out. We want you to know that you mean so much to us, because this event is what it is because you are here to support us. You are here to register your presence. We appreciate it so much. Lois, we see you all the way from the Netherlands. Welcome. Well, for some persons, it's showing user, LinkedIn user. Do where to put your name. Yes, Mitchell. Yes, Mitchell is in the building. Welcome, welcome, Mitchell. We'll see you all the way from Nevada. Lois, yes. Yes, I see Michelle. Michelle from Nevada, thank you so much. Lois from the Netherlands. Yes, guys, if you're in the comment section, drop in where you are joining us from. We want to shout you out. We want to let the world know that you are here. Because on this space, we are speaking to a global audience, people from all over the world coming in here to receive our positive message that we bring in every Friday. It's always a privilege, and I have my co-hosts already with me on stage, which they're going to be sharing much more earlier. Today's topic, like I said earlier, is the power of habit. Having an habit is very powerful. It's a game changer. It's life transforming. For me, I can testify of how habit has been able to transform my life from who I used to be to who I am now. Everyday routine, the things I do every day to make my life a better person. Yes, Christiana, thank you all the way from the UK. I see you, my sister. Welcome. Undubisi, good evening. I'm joining in from Lagos. Amazing. So great to have you, everyone, join us. Yes, keep it coming, keep it coming. Yes, Mr. Sam is in the building. Sam, good evening, all the way from Virginia, USA. If you're on LinkedIn, you know how we do it as always. Invite somebody, invite your friends, repost this event, share this event. Let more people be aware about what we are doing, spreading positivity to every corner of the earth, one person at a time. And today we are especially talking about the power of habit. So do it, keep dropping the comment, because we are going to shout you out. We're going to call out your name to let the world know that you are here with us on a Friday evening like this. For those in the US and Eastern Time, I know it's still 2 p.m. For those in West Africa, in UK, it's evening already. In the UK, it's about past 7. In West Africa, it's past 8 p.m. So wherever it is, you are joining us from all over the world. We want to say a very big thank you and welcome again to our another Positivity LinkedIn Live, a place, like I said earlier, where we are spreading positivity to every corners of the earth, one person at a time. For us, we believe that everyone has the power to embrace positivity. Positivity is in each and every one of us, but the ability to be aware, the ability to be conscious, it's what matters, and that's where the game is changing. Yes, Rosemary, I see you. Thank you so much. For those who want to join us on stage and be part of the conversation, it's a free space. It's a space where you are seen. It's a space where you are heard. It's a space where everyone is valued, and everything you have to say, we give you the free opportunity to share in. So for those who would love to join us on stage, the link is already in the comment section, the StreamYard link. Go in there, click on it. You will have the privilege to be at the backstage where we can bring you up so you can be able to share with us. For some persons, you already have the link in your DM. Do well to come up on stage and be part of this. All right, for those who don't know me, my name is Zion Inogeru, your Mr. Positive Energy, joining you all the way from Nigeria, a man on a mission to spread positivity to every corner of the earth, one person at a time. For me, I help people embrace positivity intentionally because I believe we all can. Despite what we are going through, despite the challenges, despite the economic situation, or the life itself, we still have the choice to choose positivity and embrace positivity beyond just the thoughts, but allowing positivity become a lifestyle where we live it, we breathe it, we talk it, we walk it, and move it every day of our life. Yes, Oli is in the building. Mr. Oli, I see you, brother. Thank you so much. We appreciate you all. Guys, keep dropping in the comment. Tell us where you are joining us from all over the world. We want to shout you out. We want to let the world know that you are here. Right about now, I'm going to pass the mic to my co-host. I think Mr. Eni, I know you are there. He's already with me on stage, Mr. Eni. I'm going to pass the mic to you so you can introduce yourself even as we kick off the conversation today.
Hello, Mrs. Zion. How you doing?
Very
Great to
well.
be here, everyone, as always. Great to be here with all of you. That's Ollie speaking. Let me get Ollie on screen. Welcome, Ollie. Welcome, Adrian. I see you too. Welcome, all of you. So there's many more people here, but you're not commenting yet. So do drop us a comment. That's so we know you're here. And he's very focused. And Annie was doing something, so I was typing something. I will say this: if you're on my YouTube or Zion's YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. Like today's video, like this video, number one. All right, just take the like, and that's a start. And then, like I say, comment on the video while you're there. Hopefully, comments that you do in the comments feed here will show up, and also subscribe. We need subscribers. We need friends, right? It helps us in the end to monetize YouTube. That's a big benefit. So we love more of you to go to our YouTube and to join us from there. If you've done that already, then we thank you. Of course, let's carry on the show. Dr. Pete is here. Zion. I don't know our friends. What to call it? Our friends' different names on different platforms. So, of course, I know Mr. Matt Allen is here. Dr. Pete will bring you up in good time. Matt Allen, of course, Matt will bring you up in good time as well. I try and bring you up in the order you're in. Except Dr. Pete has two. I don't understand why you got two connections, Dr. Pete. Only one can work, right? But you're gonna be first. There's Edusa was here. Is that someone we know, Zion? Right. So I think let me know which of our co-hosts is when they join the studio, if you know who they are, right? Of
Yes,
course,
Mr.
I'm
Eni.
stage first because I wouldn't. If I don't know who they are, then I'm sort of left waiting. No. So look, it's great to be here. I like this medium for doing our positivity live events, positivity audio, something very similar. So the more shares we have, my friends, the more entertaining the show will be. And I say we can listen to us talk at you for an hour and a half because we can do that for sure. So our amazing co-hosts, we've got a lot to share with you on our topics. It's after all being positive and then living a life of positivity is the mission, and that's what makes a real difference to all of us. But come and share with us. Come on stage. Be brave. You don't have to have your camera on. You can keep your camera off if you want. The important thing, but you need to enable your camera before you come on stage, or come in the studio. Your computer will ask you, or your phone will ask you, do you want to enable camera and your microphone? Please say yes to those two things. But when you join the studio, you can turn your camera off. That's not a bad thing. Ruth, we see you as well. Good evening to you from Nigeria. Now, for those who don't know me, I'm Eni Osang. My company is Global.media, and I'm living the dream. People ask me, Eni, how are you? I'm like, I'm living the dream. I'm living the dream because I do live the dream. The dream is to help people to get seen, to get heard, and to sell more. That's my way of saying I want to make people famous. We'll make them famous through events, we'll make them famous by helping them write books. Of course, there's different ways to help people to write books, right? There's people like Zion who will make famous by working together to write that book behind me. That one, oh, there, that one. My hand is on it. Our lessons to learn from COVID is our book. It's our group book. Zion's one of our 10 authors in the book, so it's a joy. If you want to know more about Zion, if you want to know more about my story, so there's 8 other co-authors that we have from around the world. So do check out the book. Buy the book. Yeah, buy the book. Buy the book. Who doesn't know, Ollie? A lot of people don't know. I make them famous. I guess, and apart from doing my book, we help people to write their book, publish their book, and sell their books. Of course, we'll do events like this as well. We'll do a lot of. I like to bring people who have unique solutions to the world. Yeah, so I will get. I tend to do lots of events with people who have different solutions that the world needs. That way, you can get to know them, like them, trust them, and buy from them. That's the idea. So of course, I say that I do my best to live a life of positivity. I live, because it's not a thing we should just say. If we're using our mindset to live a positive lifestyle, it's where it's all at. I learned that a couple of years ago, and I guess all I try and do is share with you what I'm learning in terms of how to live that positive lifestyle. So welcome, Superwoman Margaret, another one of our co-authors in the book. Glad you're here. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined us. Cynthia, in case we didn't mention you, we do see you, Cynthia. So I'm glad you're here too. So now, thank you so much for joining us. Zion, how do you want to do this? Now, do you want to start and give us your take on positivity and the power of habits?
Yes, Mr. Eni, it's always a discussion as we do it, we're going to start first. And for those who are here, our co-hosts are not here. We are supposed to have Lydia, our meditation expert, who did the meditation for us. But right now, she sends her love. She's unavoidably absent. And Jamie sends his regard as well because he's on his way driving right now. Simonia and Issa as well. They send their regards. But so today is just me and Eni doing the show for today, but we are good to go as always. We keep spreading the positivity, keep spreading the energy. It doesn't matter how we show up, but for the fact that we are here, we are good to go. Yes, Mr. David Push, welcome. We see you, Margaret. Amazing. Like we said before, keep dropping the comment section where you're joining us from. We want to shout you out and appreciate it so much, because one thing is, we are building a community of positive people, a community where people don't just hear or think about positivity, but a community where we are able to live the life that despite what we are going through, despite what we are facing, despite the challenges, we can still be able to choose positivity. Because I tell you, living a life of positivity is beyond just taking it. It's a choice that we have to make, a choice that we keep nurturing every day of our life. Being aware, surrounding yourself with the right people with the right mind, with the right energy, can just help you to keep the momentum and keep the pace in being a positive person. Now, today we're talking about the power of habits. For anybody who wants to join us on stage, I know some persons are already in the back stage already waiting for us. We're so glad. Don't worry. In the meantime, we're going to bring you up when the time is due. We're talking about the power of habits. It's something that we have to be aware about. Now, I will always say this. The habits you don't choose you. Yes, you have to choose your habit, or your habit will choose you, because this is very, very important. As we begin 2025, for me, it's a year where we have to be very intentional. And one way to be intentional is about taking action. And how can we take action? By our habits. What are those things you do, your daily routine that you commit yourself to every day, that is shaping you, that is building you, that is helping you become the person that you are? To be honest, building and habits, it's not an easy journey. I told you, at the beginning, it looks difficult. But my mentor will always say, the difficult it gets, the easier it becomes. So trying to find a routine, trying to find a habit at the beginning might look so difficult. I'll give an analogy. When I was quite younger, growing up, when they say, come take your bath, it becomes a problem. I start crying. I didn't really want to take my bath because I didn't want to. I just have it. It's all. I don't want to take my bath right now. So when they try to force me to do it, I tend to cry. But as I grew older, you know, becoming an adult, it got to a point in my life, nobody has to remind me to take my bath anymore. It became part of me. I became aware. I knew that taking my bath, it's part of being an adult and it's part of staying fit, staying clean, and staying healthy. I had to embrace it, even though it took much time to do that. But embracing it, it's key. And take, for example, when we're younger, we were taught on brushing your teeth morning and evening. For some of us, it's difficult to say, I want to brush my teeth in the morning. I remember I always want to eat first before I brush my teeth. You know, either ways it go. But gradually, as we are being put to that routine of brushing our teeth every day, it got to a point in our life for most of us, nobody has to remind us to brush our teeth anymore. It has become a lifestyle. It has become a part of us brushing our teeth. So also is our habit. And habit different from persons to persons. It varies from people to people. What is that thing you are doing every day that you are committed to? Or is that thing you are doing every day has become a routine, that has become a part of your life, that is shaping you to achieve your goal, to achieve your dream, to achieve that thing that you want to achieve? These are what we call habits. My question for you today is, what habits are you nurturing? Yes. What habits are you embracing? What kind of habits are you being intentional about in your life? These are things that we need to be aware of, because habits are the foundation of our life. They are the building blocks of our behavior. They are the building blocks of our attitude. What we commit ourselves to, we become. Yes, so the more you commit yourself to the daily routine of what you do every day, the more you become it. Because these are the things that are very, very important for us when it comes to building a positive life, when it comes to building a productive life. And I tell you, when it comes to building an habit, for some persons, they just want to be perfect. Building an habit does not require perfection. It requires you to show up every day just as you are. For me, it's always getting better 1% every day. If for those of us who saw my post earlier on LinkedIn, it's better to do 10 push-ups every day than trying to do 100 push-ups. Which one is easier? Doing the 10 push-up, little by little, one step at a time. Before you know it, consistency in doing 10 push-ups will put you to a place where you can do 100 push-ups at a go. So that's one way for us to be able to build a habit. It's a gradual process. It's not something you get to embrace and become it like a switch. No, it's something that takes time, that the more you give yourself to it, the more you become it. One thing I'll share with us is, in developing an habit, like I said, you have to be very intentional about it. You have to be intentional. It's something you have to choose to do. I mentioned earlier that the habit you don't choose, the habit chooses you automatically. I remember a time in my life, I was so addicted to Coke. I love Coke so much that I never knew I was so addicted to it, just because, I love the taste of it. I love the feel of Coke. So I kept taking Coke every day of my life. Now, unknowingly, it became an habit for me. And I got to a point in my life, I felt that, without taking a Coke, I'm going to die. Without taking a Coke, I'm going to pass out. But that was just my mind playing trick on me. But I tell you, when I embraced the no sugar challenge, I became more intentional that, taking Coke every day is not ideal for me. It's not ready for my earth. So I had to stop it. So when it comes to habits, you have to be very intentional about it. In the place of intentionality comes a place of you taking action. And that's where the commitment stage comes in. So you don't just decide an habit and let it go. What you decide for, you have to be committed to. So wherever you decide to do, whatever habit you are deciding right now to embrace in the year 2025, there is need for you to be committed to that habit. So it's not just enough to think about, I want this habit. I want to do this. I want to do that as an habit, a daily routine for me. No, it's not just enough to think about it. One thing that brings you to the reality is the ability for you to be committed. By committed, you give it your time, you give it your attention, you give it your resources to see that you become that which you want to be. Now, from a place of being committed, you have to be consistent in it. One good thing about habit is not just doing it today, the next time you are doing it is the next week or the next month. No, it's about little doing every day, little steps along the way. The consistency in doing the routine is what makes the routine becomes a lifestyle for you. Is what allows it to become part of you as a person. So you must be consistent in the routine. You must be consistent in that thing that you are doing every day. I'm going to share with you 3 habits for me I'm intentionally practicing every day. One is prayers. Yes, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. I'm proud to say it anywhere I go because I'm a person of faith. It's very important for my journey right now, even in spreading positivity to every corners of the earth. If there's one routine I do every day, is the ability to pray. You know, at the beginning, practicing it was very difficult, to be honest with you. But the more I prayed, the more it became part of me. It sinks in my subconsciousness. I don't even think about praying as a work or as something that is stressful. It just flows out of me. So being a person of prayer, praying at the beginning of the day before I go out at the end of the day, being a routine for me has really helped shape me, mold me, and help me become more, believing in my dreams and my aspiration every day of my life. And secondly, one of the habits I do is positive affirmations. I cannot stress this enough. The ability for you to speak those words into reality, the ability for you to speak those words into existence, speak your goals, speak your vision, your aspiration into reality. It's very key. Positive affirmation has a direct impact on our brain, on our mind, the way we think, the way we feel, the way we see things. It's very, very important. For me, when I wake up in the morning, I tell myself, today is a great day. Today is blessed. I'm highly favored. I'm amazing. I go out, I come back in safe and sound. I speak this word and it becomes part of me. And the more I say it, every word I say, I begin to see it as I move on in my day. So for you, you have a goal, you have an aspiration, you have a dream you're trying to achieve for this year 2025. There is need for you to affirm yourself in words. Affirmation is a way of encouraging yourself because there are days that people might not be there to encourage you. There are days that people might not be there to support you. But you being able to support yourself with words, it's very, very important. So do not keep short as it pertains to your goal, your vision, your aspiration. Keep saying those words, keep encouraging yourself, keep motivating yourself because it's very, very important. And lastly, one habit I do is keeping a gratitude journal. For me, I have my books, I have my it's here right now where I get to write my gratitude every day. When I wake up in the morning, the first question is, what am I grateful for today? What am I grateful for? And most of the time we forget the things, the blessings we have in our life. The one thing that gratitude journal has done for me, it allows me to look at the blessings I have in my life, the blessings, the favors I have in me, the ability to wake up every morning. It's huge. The ability to be able to move my limbs, my hands, and stand up from my bed. It's amazing. So these are things that we sometimes we take for granted. But being able to embrace the power of gratitude journaling has really changed my life when it comes to having an habit. So at the beginning of the day, at the end of the day, I look at the day and say, oh, what have I achieved today? What is something I'm grateful for? So these have really helped me a whole lot to look at my life. So because one thing about positivity is having gratitude, embracing gratitude just helps your emotion, helps your mood, helps your mindset to be able to see the light even in the midst of the darkness. That no matter the challenges you are going through, there are still so many things that we have to be grateful for. For me, these are few routines I do that has really helped me, that has really changed my life. And I know that for you, if you can be able to embrace it intentionally and allow it becomes an habit, it becomes a game changer. You are unstoppable and you can do so much more than you can ever imagine. I'm going to pause there because I know that there are many persons in the waiting lounge who are waiting to come up on stage to share with us. We really appreciate you. Do not forget, drop in your comment section where you are joining us from so that we can shout you out. But in the meantime, I'm going to pass the mic to Mr. Eni, even as you share with us, the habit he's practicing and how it has been able to transform his life. Mr. Eni, I yield my back to you.
Thank you for that amazing share, Zion. The habits are one of the biggest things in our lives. We are our habits. Think of that. Because our habits are our behaviors, the actions we take. before I come to that, let's welcome some more people. I see Chioma, I see you. Welcome, glad you're here. Linda, my good friend Linda in Canada, glad you're here as well, of course. So, Super Coach Ashif, I'm glad you're here. I'm sure our topic today resonates with you, the power of habits. So, thank you so much for being here. There are a few more people. Dr. Roxana, you guys, there's two of you. I love when there's two of the same people on my stage. I don't know why there's two of you, but there's only one now. Okay, Dr. Roxana. I'll survive. Dr. Roxana is one of our amazing co-authors as well in our book. I'm just scrolling through to see who else I haven't mentioned so far. So Linda, I see you. Okay, welcome. So welcome everyone. My friends, so we are the power of our habits. Think of your day today. When you woke up, what's the first thing you did? I bet that's the same thing you did yesterday and the day before. Again, think of how your day's gone. I can almost guarantee that you do the same thing on a Friday that you've done today. You've been doing it for weeks, maybe even years. The question that Zion is asking is that a good or a bad habit? Is that habit helping you or hindering you? See, I think learning about our habits and learning to build new habits that help us is at the heart of positivity. If you want a growth mindset, if you want different results, if you want to achieve your dreams, you must look at your habits, because that ultimately determines how you're going to behave, and how you behave is what's going to determine the results you get. That's a simple truth, right? Again, let's come back to habits now for a second. Where do they come from? Where do your habits come from? Have you thought of that? Why do you always do what you do with your left hand? Why do you always do what you do? As I mentioned, brushing his teeth when he gets up. Why do you always do what you do? How often do you look at your phone? I bet you have the same habit. If every time it pings, you're like, oh, what's that? Why? Where's that come from? When someone does something, you react the same way. That's the power of habits. Habits are things that we do all the time, almost without even thinking anymore. We just do it. They're who we are. And I say again, if you've got good habits, like brushing your teeth, doing gratitude, as I mentioned, journaling, if you've got good habits that are helping you, if you've got, then you're going to have the life you want, right? You're going to have the happy life, the successful life, the life that impacts other people positively as you want. But if you don't have that lifestyle, that life you want, if you're not doing the things that are helping you achieve your dreams, my friends, you can't be positive-minded if you don't address those issues. Because positivity is about making the life you want, right? And nothing's going to change if you do not change those habits. See, those habits that we all do, it comes from somewhere else normally. It comes from our beliefs that we've not put into our mind, into our program. Because we told ourselves, this is how the world works. So this is what I'm going to do in response to my understanding of how the world works. Now, this is why it's so hard to change your habits. If I smoke, bad habit, terrible habit, right? When we're very good at it, because this time of year, especially, we're like, oh, it's New Year, New Year's resolution. I'm going to change. I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to do that. The good stuff. I'm going to leave the bad stuff behind. And by the 10th of January, you're back to square one, doing the same old bad habits. Because to change our habits, my friends, I've learned you have to change your mind. Think of that. And that's not easy at all. As I mentioned it earlier again. To change your mind, you have to truly ask yourself, where does this habit come from? Is it serving me? What do I really believe about this thing that's making me behave like this? You know, if it's serving you, carry on. If it's not serving you, you really want to look at it and say, right, what do I need to change? You see, but to change a habit, sadly, you're gonna have to do something else. You have to replace the bad habit with something else. You can't just change a habit with nothing. You can't just say, I'm gonna stop smoking. Yeah, so I'm just gonna stand there all day and just fold my arms and just not smoke. It doesn't work like that. To stop smoking, for example, no, they've realized now that you have to have something else. Patches, vapes, nicotine gum. I'm saying you have to replace your bad habit with something else. This happens across all of life. If you're going to exercise, you're going to have to do exercise. You have to replace your thinking about exercise rather than thinking, oh, it's hard, it's painful, I haven't got time. You have to replace it with, I love this. I have to do this for my health. I really want to change my health. I want to change my wealth. I want to change my lifestyle. I want to live a better life, a happier life. And again, Zion said it very well earlier. There's no point going from 0 to 100. You're not going to go from no exercise to 1,000 press-ups a day. You're not. No one is. See, the best way I can say to you is start your new habit, your new positive habit. Small. Start somewhere. And start with manageable chunks, things that you can do without too much pain, too much stress. I'll give you an example. That way, I'm not talking in a vacuum. See, the exercise thing, it's everyone's problem, right? It's everyone's problem. I don't like going to gym, so I'm not going to go gym. I don't like running either. I'm not going to go running. Don't be silly. I'm not going to go running. It's cold in this country. I'm not going out running, right? So, lucky for me, my son says to me, okay, Dad, all you have to do is find something you can do a bit every day. So what I do is parallel bars. There's 2 little bars, like a gym design, where you do dips, right? And all I got to do when I go downstairs to have a cup of tea, I've got to do 24 dips. That's the price of each cup of tea I have. So I do that. At night, I got to try and get through 40, as many as I can, until what my son calls exhaustion, right? But literally, now this morning I wake up, I'm like, I might as well do 24 dips, to start my day off. That's how you change your habit for what you're not doing to actually start doing something. I'm not doing the greatest exercise in the world. I'm not doing more than everyone else. I'm doing what I can do comfortably. That still makes a difference. That's how we change habits. I'm not going to read the biggest book in the world, but I'm going to read a book every so. I'm going to read. If I say I'm going to read 4 or 5 pages of a book a day, eventually I'll build myself to the habit of reading. Right? Eventually, I'm going to get to a stage where I'm actually going to read books. And since Christmas, over Christmas, I must have read what I think I read 5 books in that week, because I learned to listen to books. And I can list all of them, but literally, this is how you change your habits and change your life and change your results. It's on us to be honest with ourselves and to actually make those changes. If it's not helping you, change. Don't keep doing it because that's how you've always done it. That's pointless. That's like saying I've always hurt myself. I'm just going to carry on hurting myself. That's ridiculous, right? Let's learn to become better people for ourselves. Okay. Thank you, everyone. That's what I'm going to say on the topic. So let me welcome Kenny. Kenny, I'm glad you're here. Thank you much for joining us. Who else is here? Emmanuel, welcome. Jan, I see you too. Thank you so much for joining us. LinkedIn user Kenny. I don't know which LinkedIn user is that is. Matt, I'm going to come to Dr. Pete in a second. So Michael, we'll see you too. Welcome, all of you. Now you always make this room amazing just by showing up. So I'm glad you are here. Go on, Mrs. Aaron, please. Go on.
Yes, we can bring people on stage right now.
Okay.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Eric, for your great share earlier. That's so profound and powerful because people need to understand. It's not just about having an habit, but why the habits. why you having an habit, what do you seek to change, what are you looking forward to see in your life that is making you have a certain habit. It's very, very important, and it's something that we have to be intentional about. So what is your why in having your habit? These are something that will propel you, that will motivate you to keep doing what you're doing. Take for example going to the gym. The first 1 week is always stressful. You feel all your joint pulling off your body. But then because you have a way of going to the gym, staying fit, staying healthy, you keep going. Why? Because there's something you are pursuing. So having a why is very, very important when it comes to you developing your habit. In the meantime, thank you so much, Dr. Pete, for joining us. We appreciate it so much. I know it's been a busy day for you, but so glad to have you here. If you
Thank
can
you.
hear me, yes, go
Yes.
ahead, share with us, what you think the power of habit and how has having an habit transformed your life.
Thank you so much, Zion. And first of all, I want to give glory to God and thank God for you guys because this has been very, very informative and educational. You both have spoken of some very important points on habits. And I'm speaking to you now here from the United States of America in Chicago, Illinois, where we have snow and ice and it's 2 degrees below zero. But even though it's cold, I want to talk to you today about habits. Today, we explore the transformative force that shapes our lives habits. Habits are the building blocks of our daily routines and the foundation of the lives we live. As Aristotle once said, we are what we repeatedly do. But what happens when the habits you form keep us trapped beneath the obstacles? My book, Rising Above Life's Obstacles 10 Steps to Solving Life's Problems, offers a blueprint for recognizing and reshaping habits to overcome challenges and live a more fulfilled life. Number one, the influence of habits on obstacles. Life obstacles happen to everyone young, old, white, black, male, female. We all face obstacles in life, whether related to health, finances, relationships, or career, or often sustained by unproductive habits. For example, procrastination, negative self talk, or unhealthy coping mechanisms can create barriers to growth. Recognizing these destructive patterns is the first step to change. In my book, I emphasize the power of awareness. Habit loops often operate on autopilot, just as you gentlemen have spoken. Habit. To overcome them, we must understand the triggers, routines, and rewards to sustain them. Number two, habits as catalysts for change. The good news is habits aren't just the source of our struggles, they are also the solution. Small, intentional changes in behavior, repeatedly consistently, can lead to profound transformation, just as Zion has spoken. Small changes, one step at a time. In Rising Above Life's Obstacles, I highlight the breaking of large problems into manageable, smaller problems. Smaller steps can help create new, productive habits. For instance, if someone struggles with confidence, a simple habit like writing down 3 daily accomplishments can rewire their mindset over time. Now, Zion has spoken about that through positive affirmations and also being grateful, the grateful journal. Those are all positive aspects that we can take and use. Remember, small victories compound into big wins, and what was once seemed insurmountable becomes achievable. Number three, the role of positive habits in problem solving. In each of the 10 steps in my book, rooted by habit formation, whether it's adopting gratitude, setting clear goals, or practicing effective communication, these steps serve as practical tools to instill positive habits. For example, creating a morning routine focused on reflection. Like Zion was saying earlier, being grateful first thing you wake up in the morning, then planning, and then taking good care of yourself. Like Zan said with the bath, keeping the body clean. That's very important. Physical well-being can be set to create a tone for productive and obstacle-free day. Number 4, why habits matter for long-term success. Ultimately, habits shape who we are and who we become. By replacing negative habits with positive ones, we cultivate resilience. And resilience is a very important word. It's one of my favorite words for 2025. It means the ability to bounce back, to overcome obstacles, to overcome any kind of setback or trouble that you may have faced and you set you back, but you know what? We fall down, but we get up. That's resilience. And then have a mindset for growth, all essential for rising above life's obstacles. My book doesn't just offer solutions for today's problems, it provides a framework for lifelong success through habit building. Now, here are my closing thoughts, and I want to thank everybody for having me. And I'm going to let you know I really enjoy listening to you all too, because I've learned a lot. And everybody has something that we can contribute, no matter who we are, as long as we're trying to make a positive impact and trying to help people. That's what we have to do. That's what God wants us to do. That's what Jesus did. He was about his Father's business. And his Father's business is to make the world a better place. So to rise above life's obstacles, we must harness the power of habits to serve us rather than hinder us. Habits are not just behaviors, they are investments in the life we want to create. As my book emphasizes, it's not the size of the step that matters, but the direction in which we take. So I leave you with this one question. What small habit can you begin today to overcome your greatest life challenge? Thank you.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. P. That was very powerful, very informative, very insightful. And, having the discussion with you earlier during the day, I could see the passion and enthusiasm for you doing everything you do. And great point you shared with us today about the need and the power of habit, for your book as well. I know that this is a book that's going to bless many persons. You said so much nuggets talking about you and your habit, habit being the foundations of our life. So many things about it. So thank you so much for joining in the conversation and sharing with us your deep insight when it comes to this topic. We appreciate you so much, and we look forward to seeing you again in more of our events. And thank you for the amazing work you are doing to make an impact, helping businesses, helping countries, individuals to make a positive impact in the world. We appreciate you so much. All right, Mr. Stanley, we see you from the comment section. It's been a while as well. Good to see you, my brother Michael, Kelvin, Maron. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate you. EG, Kate, Fanny, amazing. Welcome, guys. Keep the comment coming. We're going to shout to you and we're going to appreciate you because you mean so much to us. Yes, Faith, we see you. You're welcome. Natalie, amazing. Michelle, as always, thank you for keep dropping in the comment back to back. We appreciate you. All right. We have my brother with us on stage, the founder and the CEO of Kudos Miracles International. Mr. Matt, thank you for joining us on the conversation today. We are excited to hear your thoughts and your take on the topic, the power of habit.
Thank you, brother. It is wonderful to see you and Annie for the second day on the road. Although it's still the same day because we finished after midnight yesterday, didn't we? So that's turning into a habit in its own right. I'm not used to doing this. I very seldom get on camera anymore. But that used to be a habit back in the day. The three of us, a long time ago, we used to get in a room on occasion and get together and talk about positivity and stuff like that, which is very much a habit, and reinforced by our friends and our loved ones, to the fact that we're all friends and we have many friends, people like those that you've been putting up on the comments at the bottom. And really, that's part of a form of habits, right? Is the people that we relate to, the people who relate to us, the people that we have relationships with and allow and welcome to impact in our lives, and the influence that they can have to give us more positive outcomes into the habits that we achieve in our own lives and that we can inspire in theirs. I think that it's important to remember that we're not in things alone. We are here together because we are together. We're here as a community. Even just the small group of people in this experience right now, we're a community. We're a group of friends with something in common, which is that we've come together to talk about this subject, but also to motivate and help each other to try and achieve more. I think we were talking a little bit yesterday about dwelling on problems, and rather than that, to look at solutions and to be solution focused and trying to push forward to make the world a better place, rather than just refocusing on the problems and what they look like to us, or as experts, how we can rephrase them or reframe them to make them beneficial to us. The true benefit is finding solutions and finding a way to move forwards. And in order to have a final outcome that is most beneficial for people, it's about finding habits that make those things possible, and finding friends and people. And as you can see, we are many people here that believe in the same things as us about making the world a better place. So I very much think that habits are not just an individual conquest to change ourselves or what we do or anything like that. A bit like Annie was saying about January and New Year's resolutions, they tend to be things that we concentrate on doing ourselves. But when we come together and we work together as a giant miracle to change things in ourselves and other people and in a community or the whole world, that's when we can really make new habits an option, because we look at things differently. We look at things about solutions rather than just looking at the problem. We encourage each other and we find new ways to support each other. And that really is the key for me, is to look forward and think what we can be. I think I quoted Jung yesterday, loosely, not specifically, but very much about we're not the sum total of where we've been or what has happened to us in the past, or the formation of our habits over time. We are what we have the potential to be, and we can achieve those things through making new habits and making those habits better than what they have been. Even if we have good habits, the point of a habit is that it continues to be. We should have a look at progress and then make that a habit, rather than just standing by the habits that we already have, and continue to blossom that into something far bigger and far better, and possibilities that we have not even truly imagined that they could be until we realize we're at a much better place. That's pretty much all that I have to say.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was a whole lot there, my brother Matt. It's always good to have you on stage, coming in, share the space with you, where you come in to share. You know, whenever you talk, I can see the passion for what you do, you know, especially when it comes to the area of making an impact, you know, putting an habit as part of it. Because if we really want to make an impact and make a positive difference in the world, we have to make it an habit for our life. It has to become a daily routine, something we put our passion, something we put all our resources, our mind into it. That's how we truly make the huge difference. So thank you so much, my brother Matt, for joining us on stage. We appreciate you, and you know how we do it. There's always a meeting after this. Amazing. Yeah, Mr. Annie, I'll give you the mic so you can just help us introduce the next two persons who are coming on in here to share.
Thank you for your share so far. You know, the amazing shares. And I think that it's easy to miss some of the things that people say. Zion, you know, let me go back to your Coke addiction. You know, why do we like Coke so much, Zion? Because it's so cold, right? It's cool. Yeah. So I replace that with a freezing bottle of water. Really. I drink, you know, I suddenly started loving freezing cold water. I drink loads of it. That's the only way I get to drink water these days. It's a simple habit, but one's better for you, the other one's not, right? You know, I think Dr. Pete, he mentioned one of our biggest habits, which I think we have to be truly aware of. That's a habit. That's our emotions, how we think, how we face the world. You know, so a lot of us will walk around and think, oh, things always go wrong for me. We think it doesn't matter. We think, and then we're surprised when things go wrong, right? I'm saying literally, the way we think is an addiction. Zion is addicted to thinking positively. Some people are addicted to thinking negatively. When the way you think affects the results you get. If you think positively, good things happen. This point of this room, right, Zion? I'm saying, and your movement as a whole. I'm saying, but if you think negatively, oh, that's gonna. What if it goes wrong? Or what if they don't pay me? I don't know. They're not going to choose. They're not going to employ me. I'm not going to get on stage today. Those little things, my friends. It's probably our worst habit. I was guilty of that. Now I've got a big note in front of me that says, what emotions am I addicted to? Let's learn to begin. These are things that we need to change our lives. That's why I'm making a point. Now, again, Matt made some very good points about, you know, whether we're individualistic, whether we're actually trying to help people and build a community. Again, it's a habit. You know, those who do that consistently, not just once or twice. You know, so I'm saying, what are you doing in your life? Are you being in communities? Are you being part of your community? Are you engaging with people? Are you supporting people? Or are you just doing you? These are habits that we can all change. Look, one of my good habits, I think, before I come to you, Ollie, is to welcome people to the room. Dr. Stanley Green, I'm so glad you're here. This man knows mindset inside out. I'm part of his power thinking groups, power thinking membership scheme to connect with him. His thing is teaching people how to apply mindset in bite-sized chunks. You know, get to know who he is and get to engage with power thinking, because that really could change your life. You know, it does say what Stanley does is small mindset doses of insights a day. And those small mindsets insights become a habit when you learn to appreciate them, implement them in your life, and do them consistently. Now, let me welcome Kevin as well. You know, Mr. Misfits, Mr. Mingle. I haven't seen you for a while, Kevin. I'm glad you're here. I'm so glad you're back. First of all, so thanks so much for joining us. Theophany, welcome as well. Have I missed anyone? Hopefully not. There's many people on our list. I'll come to as many as I can. So, DK, welcome. If I haven't mentioned you already. Dr. Roxana, you're on stage, so you're in the studio, so you're definitely going to come on stage. I think you're next, Dr. Roxana. So please bear with us, Margaret, as well. You definitely get on stage to talk. Kiefer, welcome. So hopefully I get to meet you next weekend as we discussed. I see Christy's here as well. Thank you so much, everyone who's joined us. We love having you here. Thank you. If you're here, my friends, drop a comment and we'll know you're here. Ollie, thanks for your patience, my friend. Talk to us. The power of habits. What does it mean to you?
Well, first, Zion and Henny, thank you so much for organizing this space. And feel free to join the stage, because more voices equals more thoughts. And so I was thinking first to highlight the words of Michelle. So, hi, Michelle. It means accepting there will be rough patches and detours well before successful victories. So true. And then I believe it's important to remember that the habits can be products of the environment that limit us as well. Each one teach one. We must do better. So true. And one of the habits that I'm doing is drawing. And this, my friend, it's near 3 years old. It's to remember that no matter my decisions are each year, each week, each day, each hour, time is something that will not be replaceable. Of course, right now with LinkedIn Lives, they are replaced, but 1 hour of our time dedicated to something will never go back. And in terms of habit, there is also Atomic Habits from James Clear. Like, it is not an accident, Mr. Okezi Eni. Feel free to also share the link of your session tomorrow, as you are hosting also about Atomic Habits from James Clear. There is also Nir Eyal, Nireyal, Nir Eyal, and of course James Diggs. And for me, it's about also, like, instance, I have a container. If I don't have a container for things, I will get loose, bringing things everywhere without intention. But this container is with something that I can throw. This container is something that I store used batteries that I can go through in dedicated spaces, because we have to be mindful about recycling. So it's about structures and systems. And I was thinking first, it was like, really painful. But if we associate the heart plus the body, the joy, and also the why are we doing this? Is to avoid pain. And so it's about being more intentional. And for me, it's a challenge, because I'm with this kind of energy that I'm in the present moment. And so for building habits, I can rely on system and structures, placing these actions on my agenda so that I will remember. Asking someone for accountability, that's really important, because maybe people can do on their own, but I can't for some things. And so I need to say, okay, Zion, can you be accountable for me about my prayers? I don't know. It's an example. So it's really so that we are helping each other, because we have 8.2 billion different brains. And so it's about what we would like to do as much as we breathe. And I say that because life is not granted. I can live 44 more years, but I can also just leave this world in 44 days. 44 days ago, my friend was struggling, and then sadly he passed away. And he will never live 2025. So each day of your life, be grateful about what you have, what you can live. Be grateful that God gives you amazing things. Like, for instance, I am constantly reminding me through the Bible calendar that I was buying when I was in London. And he said, he restores my soul. He leads me into the path of righteousness for his name's sake. So it's Psalm 23, 3. But it's about awareness. If we are don't, I love that. If we are not bringing awareness, then we are eaten by the habits of others. What is the buckets that we choose to wear? It doesn't mean that I can not wear some buckets outside, but I rather prefer to wear my own bucket and to smile, to have joy. So this is my legacy. Thank you so much. I yield the mic, and thank you again. Keep shining, and feel free to join the stage.
Yes, Mr. Eni, you're
Amazing share, Ollie. Sorry, my bad. I can't even begin to go through half the things you went through, my friend. You know, there's a lot in there that we can all learn from. Now, let me welcome Dr. Amaka, the genius Dr. Amaka. I'm glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining us. Dr. Amaka has a very good habit of rushing home after work and joining our show. Now, that's a good habit to have, Dr. Amaka. I'm with you completely. Thank you so much. So, Eni, I see you as well. Okay, so if that's the name you prefer, glad you're here. Have I missed anyone? Again, I think Michelle Ramos says Stanley. His Power Thinking group is brilliant and very relatable. You know, I say this is it's a safe space and it's worth looking into. If you want to change your mindset without spending all the money you have, which sometimes is worth it. Well, but I say, letting power thinking in bite-sized chunks is worth it. I definitely benefit. Now, Ollie, you said many things there. Like I said, I asked the question earlier: where do your habits come from? They come from what others put in us. Think from when we're kids. People teach us stuff, whatever that stuff is, right? Now, parents teach us stuff. Schools teach us stuff. That's bad. That's bad. That's good. That's bad, right? And as we grow, we realize, if we look at ourselves truly, we realize some of those things they said were total rubbish. Don't help us at all, And some of the things that people taught us were good. That includes our parents, by the way. Some of the things they put on us, Zion, don't do that. Stop being noisy. Stop speaking at the wrong time. I'm saying that was their beliefs. Don't make them your belief. Keep quiet. Kids will be seen, not heard. I'm saying there's so many things we learn from others, and then we make them our problems. Don't make them your problems. And that's what I heard from you, Ollie. Don't let your environment determine who you are. Live from within. Live from inside, not from outside. That's an important point. I think the other point you made about, this habit conversation really is about what's in your heart, what your body does, and how you feel. See that when you understand that equation, Ollie, that's how you change your habits. The good things in your heart translate into your behavior. But you must get to love doing them. I just told you about my cold water addiction now. I have to keep telling myself, I love cold water and enjoy drinking cold water. That's how you change stuff, right? If you don't tell yourself you love this new habit, it's not going to stick. If you keep saying, I have to turn up and do, oh no, I have to, no, it's not. That's not going to work. Be happy to do what you get to do. Be excited. Love it so much that it becomes what you look forward to doing. That's how you create new habits, my friend. Ollie, thank you so much. Atomic Habits is a great book. If you haven't read it, I've read it. It's an amazing book. Say, do the things that matter, change the things that truly
I have
matter.
an amazing word for you, because it's something. What is not shared is lost. So I have a word for you. I don't remember where I heard it, if it's someone, but I heard that each of us is born originals, but too much of us is dying as photocopies.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. We're unique, we're individuals, and we can have the impact we want to have. Only if we live as individuals, right? Don't be a photocopy of misery, of bad habits. I'm with you entirely. Ollie, you make me want to drink more of my water. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I appreciate you, my friend. I'm going to take you off the stage, then we're going to showcase Dr. Roxana. Cheers to you, my friend. Cheers to you. Dr. Roxana, how are you doing today? Zion, let me give you the mic, my friend.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Enin and Oli. That was a great share. All right, we have the amazing Professor Roxana with us on stage. Thank you so much for being here. I know you have been waiting down at the backstage, but it's finally good to have you. And I know you have so much to share because of speaking with you and hearing you talking again and again. You see, there's so much wisdom, there's so much insight you always share. And I tell you, we cannot wait to hear you share with us your thoughts on the power of habit. I give him up to you now, Professor Roxana.
Thank you so much, Mr. Positivity. I am glad to be here to take some of your positivity and to stay with my brothers, Annie and Zion. Well, listen, I think that there are two sides to habits. It can be negative or positive. So I hope we are all talking about positive habits, because habits can be positive, can be negative. If it is negative, we need to unlearn. We need to stop learning what is negative, unlearn the negative ones, and then maybe learn the new ones. So if we cultivate new good habits, then we have increased efficiency at work, at home, maybe financially, if we start now to budget our money the way we should do, then we have a good habit, and it helps us increase our efficiency. All right. And I also believe that when you cultivate good habits, consistency becomes the part of you. If you don't know how to wake up by 5 a.m. before, and in this 2025, you decide that you want to wake up by 5 a.m. every day, well, it will take only maybe 1 week or two, and it will become part of you. By the time you do it for 1 month, then you become one of those who wake up by 5 a.m. and then you will achieve a lot before another person wakes up by 9 a.m. Okay, so good habits increases our consistency. Good habits. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for coming. I appreciate this room and everybody that has spoken. But I also feel that when you have good habits, when you cultivate good habits, it reduces stress. Then things are not done in a hurry. You just know what to do the next time. Things are prioritized. So cultivating good habits is great for everybody. And if we have not thought about it, maybe we need to include cultivating good habits in 2025 goals for the year. All right, so cultivating good habits will reduces stress. Also, it improves good health. When we make sure that what we say about good food, eating our fruits and vegetables, we do it if we actually do it. If we do what we say, and then we shall have good health. We are not going to be drinking bad stuff. And then it's going to help us with our health. So cultivating good habits will help our health too. So it also enhances focus. When you are helping yourself, you sleep well, you get your 8 hours of sleep, you eat good food, you wake up in the morning, maybe get a rest when you want to, then it increases focus also. Increases focus, increases good health. It enforces focus. That's what I just said. Personal growth. There is nothing like learning and learning, just even no matter how old you are, we don't care. The workforce this time does not care how old you are. If you can produce, if you can learn, if you can increase your skills, then you will get the job you need to get. So if we keep learning every day, if we keep upskilling, so we are going to increase learning. That's good habit. That's all these the advantages of cultivating good habits. Remember, we already said that there are some good and some bad. If you are among those that smoke, then you need to stop smoking. Try not to. If you drink the bad stuff, I know what I'm talking about. I told someone that you should stop drinking that. He said, well, I'm drinking water. What is in my water bottle? Do you know what it is? It's water. But I didn't know that it's not water though. So we should not deceive ourselves. When you drink the good stuff, then you make sure you are just doing your best. That if you are those who want God to help them, need to first of all help themselves. If you really want to be helped, it is not when you put on all the bad stuff in your body, because this body is the temple of God. Our body is the temple of God, and we cannot just abuse it and think that we can't just abuse our body, the temple of God, and think that when we get sick, we start asking questions. So what I'm trying to say is we do our best for our bodies. That is about cultivating good habit, also helping God to help us. Also, So it's going to also help our personal growth. We wake up healthy. Hopefully, by the grace of God, we wake up healthy when we do our best. All right. And also, we are stronger. We also have stronger willpower. If we wake up in the morning and make sure we do our meditation, whatever you do, that you pray, that you have a quiet time, that you hand over the day to your creator, whoever your creator is. But when I get up and pray in the morning, I have better focus. I have better focus for the day. It helps your willpower. We have to also make sure that we surrender our plans. We surrender our plans to God Almighty so He can take absolute control. We cannot just start chasing something until it falls apart. When it falls apart, no, okay, then we remember that, okay. But what I'm trying to say is that we need to make a plan, hand it over to God, and then do what we have to do our best, and invest in ourselves also. There are so many ways we can invest in ourselves. That's habit formation, so many ways. You can invest in your education. I already talked about health, investing in speaking to the community. I mean, being your best self. So, so all these, I think that Mr. Positivity and my brother, want me to say, and this is what is happening, because all these good habits, if it is not already included in our 2025 goals, we need to go there and include them. We need to go to our 2025 goals and include all the good habits that we need to cultivate for better tomorrow, for a better tomorrow for ourselves, for our children, for our grandchildren, for that, for whatever wealth we are trying to build. Only when we have good health that we can achieve those goals. Okay, so I think I'm going to hand over the mic to Mr. Positivity again.
Thank you so much, Professor Rosanna. I tell you, there was so much you shared there. But one of the first things you mentioned is unlearn to relearn. That was very powerful. I'm sure Mr. Enya and myself, we can resonate with that. We have to unlearn how to love Coke and relearn how to love water. But that's very important.
I know. My friend told me.
When it comes to habits, unlearning to relearning, it's very, very important. I love the part you also mentioned that having good sleep, good habits, good sleep, exercising, eating good food, all these things are very, very important, because the whole essence of bringing this conversation at the beginning of the year, like you said, is so that people can have it as part of their goal. Developing a good habit that can push them, that can propel them to achieving whatever it is they want to achieve. So thank you so much again, Professor Rosanna, for joining us on stage. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Mr. Positivity. And my brother, Annie. Miss Margaret, she's here.
Yes, I'm rejoicing inside to have all four of us co-authors of the anthology on stage.
All of us are co-authors.
What a coincidence.
One common good thing, good habit with us. Well, that's good. Thank you so much for inviting me. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
I'll move you back down if that's all right. Obiezi, I'm glad you mentioned Sir Stanley Green. I think Michelle commented on how lovely Dr. Roxana's jacket is. Rightly so. Kevin. I saw a comment about Kevin. Now, Kevin, please do. Hopefully you can continue your healing and recover soon, my friend. But get back to use yourself. We appreciate you being here. So thank you so much. I see Miss Divine is here as well. The lady with the chimes. Less chimey these days, but she's still divine. Our brilliant divine. Glad you're here. What do I see? What's Kiefer say? Kiefer says a good point. I think if your good habits are expensive, then it's okay to continue doing it. I think I totally agree. You can't. What price would you put on health? As Roxana was saying. The price is not the issue. It's whether this habit benefits us. If it does, then we definitely want to carry on doing it. So welcome. A couple more. I say Ruth. I think we mentioned you earlier. So of course we're glad you're here. Jan, I'm not sure that I mentioned you. Thank you so much for joining us. Zion, I'll give the mic back to you to introduce our next speaker, please.
Yes, thank you so much, Mr. Annie, for helping us shadows in the listening lounge. Please do not forget drop in the comment section so that we can see you. We are currently not in any of the socials. We are here on StreamYard, but if you can drop in the comment, we can see you from StreamYard and we can be able to shout you out. Tell us where you are joining us from. If you are getting any nugget, any wisdom, any knowledge, you can drop in the comment section so that we can know that you are there. All right, my sister, Margaret Martinez, the MM. Well, thank you so much for joining us on stage. You can just tell us where you are joining us from and then give us your share for today's topic, the power of habit.
Thank you so much, my brother Zion. And Annie, superstar. I was so happy to see Professor at all four of us. Hopefully you got a screenshot of that. It was pretty cool co-authors. From lessons we learned from COVID-19. My name is Margaret Martinez. I'm a proud mom, founder of Unforgettable You. I'm in the Midwest and just in USA. Happy to be here and grateful. So we're talking about habits and positivity and mind and all of those great things, right? And I just wanted to say that words are powerful, very powerful. You can say them as much as you want. However, can you hear me okay?
You're fine. We hear you perfectly.
Thank you so much. You can say them as much as you want. However, I feel that if you don't have a belief system and believe that with all your heart, they're really not going to get you anywhere. You have to be realistic. I mean, how many times have you said, I'm going to start this and I'm going to do that, but it doesn't occur, right? So you have to deprogram your way of thinking. And what I mean by that is that we're already limited, right? As human beings, we've already been programmed. People have already said these things. Your age this and your age that, and when you reach this point this happens, and when you reach that point that happens. Your body, this is what happens. So that's what I'm talking about, right? When you don't so you have to change all of that. You have to change your outlook on yourself first and what you believe, and you have to be truthful with yourself about it too. When you don't have the energy, like I said yesterday, to embrace yourself when you need it, you have to have the courage, and you have to be able to humble yourself enough to ask others to embrace you. Spend time motivating yourself, and this is what I do, right? And by empowering myself. So there's atomic habits that we can do atomically, your morning routines, how you start your morning, how you set your goals and your small, clear goals, practicing all those mindfulness, the self-talk that I've talked about. And you have to tell yourself really that you love yourself, but you have to love yourself. And how do you do that? You have to take action. You have to take care of yourself, right? You have to be there for yourself. You can't allow barriers of negative talk or other people's negative talk about you inhibit you from anything, because it's not gonna, you won't ever reach out, reach your goals. You can't let any of those enter you. So respect yourself, love yourself enough before all, and what I do is I empower myself in prayer every morning. I put on the armor of God And that's very powerful because, you know, we have attacks all the time. Hello, Divine. Hi, beautiful people. You know, and the community will show up for you. All you have to do is send a DM, reach out, whatever, send a text, and promise you your community will show up for you. But be the reason that you do anything in your life. And, so one of the good things is what I've learned is to sit down early in the morning and write down what you're going to do. But you have to be specific. I've read The Atomic Habits by James Clear, and Dominique used to have a good room for that. So I would write down, and it really does truthfully work. So I would write down, pray, get up, and then you have to write down what you're going to do exactly, word for word, like a roadmap for your day. This is my roadmap. Go to the restroom, wash my hands, wash my face, wash up, get ready for the day, walk out, go into the kitchen, make my tea, and then I'll have make a toast. And I'm writing everything that I'm telling you word for word. Go into the kitchen. So, because this is a clear picture of what you're going to do. So you do that for your day, and you would be surprised because this is how you train your brain. Everything begins with your mind, right? You're empowering it. You're telling it what to do. And it really works. Like I said, words are powerful. You have to write them down. When you write them down, they're set for life. It's a foundation. You want to make $1 million? Write yourself a check. Go to your bank. Yeah, you have a card, you use a debit card. Ask them for a check. They'll give you one, and write it down. Write down the amount you want. But you have to believe in it. I promise you. Above all the power and all the love. Thank you so much.
Wow, thank you so much, my sister Margaret. That's so beautiful. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that you share. You spoke directly to our hearts, and a lot of fact is at the beginning you spoke about the power of belief. The ability for us to believe in a habit is very, very important. It's not just enough to have a certain habit, but believing in it is key. And as you were sharing, loving ourselves can become an habit. Loving yourself can become an habit you need to have, because most people we've not gotten to that place where we tend to love ourselves so much. So love yourself as much as you can, appreciate yourself, support yourself, say kind words to yourself. Yes, you make mistakes, you do things wrong, or things doesn't go the way you want to go. Be gracious to yourself and love yourself. If there's one thing you can take away from what Margaret has said today, loving yourself can become an habit. Have the habit to love yourself, to appreciate yourself. So thank you so much, Margaret, my sister. We appreciate you. Thank you for coming up on stage and sharing with us that great nugget and insight. And it's always good to have you being part of the community as we continue to support each other, one person at a time.
Okay, now thank you so much, Superwoman, as I call you. There's a lot you said in there. I think I want to pick up before I go on to our next speaker. I think there's having that vision as well, Zion, is so important. Having that vision of how you're going to do what you're going to do, and so and when you follow the roadmap that you described, Margaret, it becomes the new habit. Repetition was mentioned earlier. If you do your action plan, your roadmap, and it breaks the bad habits in your that we normally carry around with us. But 2, it gives us new habits, which if we do those every day, I think that's what Roxana mentioned. If you do anything for 21 days, for example, it becomes your new habit, your new self, and you get different results. That's how life really works. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I'm going to remove you from the stage so we can hear from Cynthia. There's many more things you said. Repeat. I love all
I just want to say thank you. Thank you to both of you. Thank you so much. And all the shares were powerful. So I appreciate you. Thanks for the link, Zion. I appreciate my brother.
All right.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So let's hear from Cynthia. Cynthia, I'm glad you came back up. I was getting concerned. I was thinking, where's she gone? But you're back. So I'm glad you're here.
Hello,
Share with us.
everyone.
How are you
It's
doing?
network has just been. I'm good. Network has just been bad on my side, so that's why the on and off. Okay. So the topic's nice to be here again. So the topic today, habits. A habit is something that you get used to, and as you continue to do it, it becomes a part of you, whether good or bad. But we are speaking on the positive aspect of habits. So, because the positive habit plays a crucial role in our lives, like basically most of the things I want to say, Professor Rosanna has spoken a lot on it already. So, there are some persons tends to wake up 4 a.m. to 5 a.m. between 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. While there are some persons that find it difficult to wake up that time. But as time goes by, when you start today, you start tomorrow, all of a sudden it becomes a part of you that unknowingly, subconsciously, you just wake up by 4 a.m. or 5 a.m. You don't need to set alarm or anything. It already becomes a habit that one possesses. So habits are things that are learned. We learn it and it tends to become a part of our life. I remember when I was doing my IT then, the lunch time was 2 p.m. So I wasn't really used to lunch time, or I just eat lunch at any particular time. But during that period, because the lunch time was compulsory, everybody stops work and goes to the cafeteria to eat their lunch by 2 p.m. I found it became a part of me that even up till now, once it's 2 p.m., I don't need anybody to tell me that it's 2 p.m. again. My body just tells me that I just feel this little hunger, and I know that it's already lunchtime. So my body became used to it because of the couple of months I spent during my IT period eating lunch by 2 p.m. So it became a part of me that even up till now, after 5 years, I still eat lunch by 2 p.m. So it became a habit for me. So habit is putting in positive efforts to make positive change. So when you learn positive habits, it makes you have positive change in your life too. Your atmosphere, when you wake up in the morning, you say your prayer. There are some persons that everybody have their different lifestyle. So waking up, say your morning devotion, say your prayer, do a little exercise. As time goes by, there are some persons that don't miss gym, going to the gym. Once it's 6 o'clock, you see that they've already started their workout. While there are some, they find it easy to do it by 10 a.m., 10 p.m., before they sleep and us. But making it a habit, something you do subconsciously, it becomes a part of you. Like Mr. Zion said, growing up, you are being forced to take your bath and all, but as one tends to grow, it becomes a part of us that we know the importance of all these things. So, and this 2025, basically, most of the habits that I'm really trying to embrace and trying to work on is, first is the personal growth. Yes, personal growth is something that I know that it's not something you just get once. It takes gradual process. As time goes by, it now becomes a part of you that, like this, that you become good and very conversant at what you do. And another thing is exercise. Yes, I know I do exercises, but most times it's not easy, but with determination, because there are some days you just want to go. There are some days the body is willing, the mind, the body is willing, but man, you just have to not want to do it, but you actually want to do it. Or the mind is willing, but the body is weak. Yeah. So another thing is public speaking too. I want to be comfortable. Another thing I'm trying to embrace this 2025 is public speaking. Being able to address, I know I address public, of course, I've taught in schools and all before, but I want it to be something that anytime I'm called upon, I don't need to be too prepared. I'll just have something to say. So so I'm going to try my possible best to put all these things I've listed, to embrace them, to be a part of me, to be a positive habits for me, so that I can do it effortlessly without any glitch or anything. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you for an amazing share. So I think there's many good things in there. The 106 in the mind, the most positive effort to make positive change. That's what we're talking about today, really. I think it's looking at ourselves and being honest with ourselves. And the change is not going to come easily. It really isn't. I think, again, it's taken all of us years to become who we are today. It's taken us years to carry on doing what we're doing to get to where we are. To change will take effort. Must be, as I said it earlier, it must be intentional. And be prepared to struggle. Prepared to put the work in. I'm not saying it doesn't got to be a struggle. If you put the work in and do it in small steps, then you're away. As Cynthia said to me, Cynthia, I loved the fact that you said you are embracing the things that you want to do. The exercise you want to do. You're embracing public speaking. The exercise thing. I heard your words. You said, I want to try. Don't try, my friends. The time to try is gone. That was last year, the year before, 2023, 2024. Stop trying, start doing, right? Now, Cynthia, you can say, I am doing public speaking. Because you
All
are.
right, I'm
doing public speaking. Let's not tell ourselves we're trying. Let's be the ones that actually do what we say we're going to do. That's how we develop new habits. That's how we develop a different lifestyle, different results. Thank you so much for sharing with us. I appreciate you coming up on stage. I'm going to bring TC up next. So, TC, we haven't seen you for a long while. Give me a second, TC. Thanks. I'm going to move you down, Cynthia, if that's all right. Thank you. I can't see your surname, Cynthia, so I find it very hard to tag you in our thank you post. There are a couple of great comments. I think I just want to highlight as we go. There's Ollie sharing some gems. In order to respect others, must respect ourselves. Indeed, it's truly, and there's something about the feeling when you achieve the change of habits that we want. If it makes no difference to you, you are almost bound to go back to the way you were. So Zion loves not drinking Coke. He really does. I love drinking water now. I could have said that 2 months ago, probably not. So you have to love the new self that you've created. That's the only way it's going to stick. And that's the only way it's going to carry on with you doing that, doing that new thing that you want to be doing. So Brian Bing, we'll see you. Glad you're here. So our amazing speakers and all the people you mentioned, plus many more hosts to give out, places to give answers, Victor over everything. Oh, Brian, that's a lot to share. Come and share in the studio. Our time is gone today, so hopefully next time you come and share with us, Brian. Thank you so much for being with us. Have I missed anyone? I don't think so. I'm not reading the comments really. Oh, Joe's here. Joe wants the link. Zion, should I give Joe the link, or is our time done?
I think Oli send the link. Oli send the link to her already.
Only to Joe.
Yes. In the comment section, so she can just be the last speaker for today.
All right, so Joe, you're going to be our last speaker today. TC, thank you for coming up. Where have you been? I'm glad you're here, though. we have missed you. We do know when an important person in our community is not here. Well, you're back, so please share with us. What's your take on this habits thing?
So I've been around, and I love this topic because
Just avoiding my event, Cece. Is that
no
what
no
you're
no no
saying?
no no so no. So I've been around. I have been working on a good number of habits, and I saw this post, and I had to like register for it, and Zion sent me the link. I'm interested in this post because that's something I've been working on for the past few weeks now. Unlearning the habits that I used to have, and I'm learning new habits. And the truth is, habits are not easy, they're not simple. Even the tiniest of them all, if there is anything like that, I feel like it's never simple, right? But it's possible, because right now where I stand, I'm, like I said, I'm unlearning the habits that I used to have, and I'm learning new ones. So habits like I'm learning to unlearning to depend on my immediate family as much as I used to, and I'm learning to solely depend on me. I mean, be indifferent, and just think of me as the only factor for now. These things can be really difficult, but one thing I've realized is that it's possible. I mean, at different stages in my life, I have found myself on learning and learning new habits. One thing I would say about this entire process is that as an individual, don't beat yourself too hard. Habits are really tricky, and so following it every single day, I mean, I feel like um the fastest way to incorporate a new habit into your lifestyle or into whatever you have going on is just making sure that you have an intentional, actionable plan that gets you showing up for that particular habit every single day. Because I don't know for anybody else, but if I don't do it that way, I'm just going to be back and forth about it. But not forcing myself, not beating myself up, but just making sure that every single day I am doing something about that habit. Over time, it just gets used to me. And like, I mean, I'm not watching it, but I'm intentional and I have a plan towards it. It just happens. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to share because that's basically what I'm working on. So it just clicked. I mean, this life just basically clicked for me. But thank you so much for allowing me to share.
Thank you so much. I think it's an important one, right? So how many times do we hear people who want to be, and then they're not doing what they want to be? You have to do to become, right? That's the only way you're going to be who you want. No, something, anything, is by doing that thing. So I love your idea of doing that thing every day, even if it's just a little bit of it. And I think, like you say, that there's that sweet spot. I read a book about this the other day. It's trying to find that bit where you're in a flow, where you do this thing, this habit, easily. But that comes from doing it repeatedly, enjoying doing it, learning as you do it, and things that truly work for you. But if you don't do it, you're never going to be. You're not going to change any of your habits. You're not going to have any new habits either. Day by day, you just wake up, you do it as much as you can. You do something towards your new self, your real self, whatever that may be, right? So, and as Divine says, let's try not to get discouraged with progress. It's not about, it's not progress, and that's the radical change that we want to see is not the point. It's a habit. It's a behavior, as you're saying, TC. Bit by bit, and the more we do these good things, the more good things will happen in our lives. That's just fact. There's no way. It's not rocket. It's not a trick. It's not rocket science. It's just doing, and we keep doing. Thank you so much, CC. Hopefully, we'll see you more I mean, say I hate to think you avoided my events, TC. Honestly.
No, Max.
I'll take your stage if that's all right.
All right.
Thank you. You take care. Take care. Joni, how are you doing? I thought we were meeting earlier, Joni. What happened? You ran off.
Hear me?
I can hear you, but we were meant to meet earlier. I sent you the link, but then Joni
I know.
disappeared.
Well, as I told you, I have a real job, so I actually have to do those things.
Okay, I understand. How's it going? What's your take on the habits conversation?
So here's what I want everyone. If you have a pen and pencil, you don't have to, but I'd like you to write this down. This is the acronym for progress, and it is P is for purpose, R for results, O for objectives, G for goals, R for review, E to evaluate, S to sustain. And for me, purpose and review are my two biggest things, because I have a purpose that may not be my actual job, but I want to make sure it's very centered. And then I want to do all of the work reviewing my strategies, what I've taken in, so that with the best people possible, the best mentors, then my business can be successful. And hence, once your business is successful, like you feel more at peace inside, so that you can continue on with all the other wonderful things that people have talked about today. So yeah, so it's the acronym for progress. And I encourage you guys to just like write it up on your whiteboard. I'd be like, we're doing it.
They should.
do it this year.
We all should. I think that writing things up on your wall is always a good thing. Because yes, it's a time mentioned the gratitude journal. Say, we've got you have to open the book to see what's in there, right? I've learned to write things like that. Now, the things about habits, the things about loving myself, I love myself as a big letters in front of me. I'd like to say, when I walk in my office, the first thing I see is I love myself. There's many other things. I don't worry about money, because money comes to me easily every day. That's written on my wall. I'm saying it's writing these things, these affirmations, these habits that's where we want to think and be. It's important. Of course, I love acronyms. I don't get to create them because my brain is far too busy.
And we're all like, we have a lot going on, regardless who you are. And getting older. We're getting older.
But we get wiser, Joni.
We
get wiser and more confident in ourselves. That's the beauty of life, right?
That is the beauty of aging. Just more confident because you know more.
Yes.
That is the beauty in aging. But your brain doesn't always think of all the things. You got a lot up there.
I see more of us joining from YouTube. Please like my channel, like Zion's channel, like today's video, first of all, and then subscribe to our channels and watch more videos. Comment, my friends. We need more engagement on our YouTube. We will do. All of us do, everyone here. If you're not doing your YouTube yet, start doing it, because if you can make money from YouTube by doing nothing apart from just what you do, making videos, why not? Let's monetize YouTube, but we need more people very quickly to engage with our channels and to subscribe. Thank you so much, everyone that shared with us. Thank you, Joni. Zion, I'll give the mic back to you to sort of round up so we can go, my friend.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eni, and everyone who has joined us today on another edition of our positivity event. It's been amazing. If you are still in the listening line, I just want you to drop in the comment section. It was amazing. Because for me, I learned a lot. Each time we come here to share, we listen to people and we get to learn as well. It's always amazing to be here and having a community, seeing positive people coming in, joining the conversation, watching live. It's just amazing. Thank you so much, everyone. Let's not forget, it's all about spreading positivity, one person at a time, and making an impact in the world. And the reason why we are talking about the power of habits at the beginning of the year is so that people can be more intentional about how their year want to be. Because it's not just enough to think about the year. It's not just enough to think about your goals, your visions, and your aspiration. It's the ability for us to take intentional action towards achieving it that makes it great. So I encourage us, let's be intentional about this year, because there's so much that has to come. And for us to get there, we have to be intentional and take practical steps. And lastly, let's not forget that whatever you're doing, make sure you are doing it from a place of love, from a place of kindness, from a place of compassion, because that's how we make the world a better place and make a difference in the world. Next week, Friday, it's another edition, because this event is every Friday, 8 p.m. West Africa time, 2 p.m. Eastern time zone. We come here every Friday sharing on different topics. People from all over the world coming together to give their take, their insights, on each topic that has been shared. That's how we do it. We want to make you visible. We want people to see you. We want to put you in the front of your target audience. And that's the reason why you have to come up on stage to share. Whenever you come up, people are seeing you from all over the world and introducing yourself, telling us what you do. Somebody can just need your services. So next week, Friday, is another edition where we keep spreading positivity to every corner of the earth. And if you're definitely on this show, you're going to be getting a personalized invite from us for you to be part of that show. Before we round up, I'll pass the mic to Mr. Eni so he can say his last word, even as we wrap up the event for today.
Thank you so much, everyone. So great comments, Linda. Thank you so much. I'm glad you enjoyed conversation. Many other people did as well. I can see that. Keith, I say, it's an amazing event. I agree. Oli, in a smart Oli way, says amazing event, which that's I guess how much design there, right? Thank you so much, everyone. So do join us again. Joni, I think we love your acronym. So there's much to learn. And there's much that we can learn from making progress by reviewing. Sam Hall, I did your report. I got my report. Thank you very much. If you haven't done Sam's health questionnaire, it's pretty simple to do. It takes about 5 minutes of your time, and you get detailed reports of areas you can improve. That could be a good place to start in terms of your health. Start moving forward, in positive health. So do check out. Copy the link, paste the link into your browser. Go and see the reports and see what you might find out about yourself and your health. Thank you so much, everyone. Zion, you're the star of the show as always. So we'll see you again next week, my friends. Let's connect. Go to the comments and connect to people who resonate with you. People connect to everyone is what I say, but connect to those who resonate with you for sure. Very informative. So Stanley, it means a lot to us when you appreciate our event and enjoy our event especially. Thank you so much, everyone. Joni, you're a star as well. So I'm going to play our outgoing music. So enjoy your weekend. Christiana, I get to see you tomorrow. Don't forgive me one container, Christiana. You know what that means. Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
All right,
Bye.
everyone.
Without champagne or rum, achieve success with global.media.com. Every step forward is a new beat to your drum. Achieve success with global.media.com. Then celebrate it with or without.